What's up, guys? Welcome to week 4 of the College Gymnastics Recap Show. I'm your host, Coach John Lucas, and I'm excited to take a look at this week's routines. We had an amazing week in NCAA Gym and Gym Act competition this past weekend, so let's get started. So starting atop the leaderboard, University of Oklahoma. They did not have the weekend that they wanted, but they were able to hang on to the number 1 spot. They dropped 4 points from last week in their team score as they traveled to the Stanford Open to compete against Cal and Stanford. Coming in at number 2 is Stanford Cardinal. Stanford is ranked number 2 and climbing in their team average. They hit a 420, the highest score to date by an NCAA gymnastics team in 2020. Number 3, holding their spot, was Nebraska. Nebraska had the second highest score of the weekend with a 409.85. Navy also held on to their spot, even though they put up the 8th highest score of the weekend. They didn't drop in the standings, and they were able to hold on to number 4. Coming in at number 5 is Ohio State. They moved up 2 places from 7th. They had the 5th highest score of the weekend. Michigan had a bye this week. They dropped 1 place in the standings, and they are now ranked 6th. Let's get into routines. So let's take a look at this 15-2 from Vitaly Gumirez. Opens with a combination pass, sticks the landing. Nice, another stick. And that had pretty good execution as well. Beautiful flare work to handstand back down. Gotta hold it for 2 seconds. Easily done. Nice transition over to the side. Sticks the Rudy. And sticks the triple fold. That scored a 15-2. Humongous score on the floor. The next one that we're going to take a look at is pommel horse. The top score on pommel horse came from Steven Nedorosik. Steven Nedorosik got a 15.35, almost as big as the 15.5 he got earlier in the year. However, we're going to take a look at Michael Paradise scoring a 14.85 for Illinois with this routine. He gets set to go. Nice scissor full to the end, picks up into the circle. Nice open extended circle. Wow. Very good Russian flop. Gets a B for the transition back up to the pommels. There's an E for the full kick here. Nice. Whew, a little bit off, but stays on. That was his first big form break there. Again, has really nice open extended circles as he does those traveling elements. Flies handstand, a little shaky. Not bad, that's good for one of the top scores on pommel horse of the weekend. I believe it was the second highest score, and really fun to watch. Michael Paradise on the pommel horse. Next one we're going to take a look at, rings. The highest score was a 14.35 from Daniel Graham of Illinois. Azarian up to the Maltese, very nice. It's got a good hold on that, good flat position. And there's a backup rise to Maltese. So he does a strength and he does a swing. That one not quite as good a position, he'll get deducted for that. And then bounce cross for another high level strength move. There's 3 in a row, so the next thing we'll see should be a swinging element. Does the piked, followed by tucked Yamawaki sequence, and a pretty good backup rise to cross. We'll get a little off for all that movement, but it was pretty well done. Backup rises to the handstand. Should see a giant and a dismount. Gotta wait for the swinging. Boom, bails at the right time. Does the giant through. Nice dismount, 1/10 step. That is your high score on the rings. The next gymnast we're going to take a look at is vault. On vault, Brody Malone got the high score of the weekend with a 14.9. Here's a look at that routine from the Stanford Open. Looks like he may have had a step on the landing. Really good vault though. Highest of the weekend, Brody Malone. Okay, now we're going to stay at the Stanford Open, actually for the next two routines, because the biggest and best gymnastics was happening at the Stanford Open. We were there for the first routine on floor with Vitaly Gumirez, and now we're still going to be watching Blake Soon and his 15-2 on the parallel bars. And this was a phenomenal routine with Oklahoma on floor, and they had to watch those floor routines, big numbers from OU, and this is how Blake answered. Beautifully done, Peach half. Peach to one bar, and then he'll Healy out, which makes both of those worth an E. Second Healy is also done really well. It looks like he's just swinging so fluidly. Straddle 5/4, able to keep his legs off the bar, show the completion of the skill prior to getting his hands down. Very nice. Good clean Diamondov. Beautiful giant. Suarez right on the end. And he sticks cold the double pike. That was an amazing routine, and one of the things that helped shape the momentum at that meet was how well Stanford was able to do, capitalizing with that routine on parallel bars, leading into the last event on high bar, where they were able to come away with a victory against Oklahoma. On high bar, the top score in the NCAA was a 14-4 from Brandon Briones. Like I said, this was right after those P-bars. Oklahoma had moved over to pommel horse, was having a little trouble on pommel, and Stanford capitalized with huge high bar routines and the highest score of the weekend. One thing I've always liked about Brandon is how his line looks and how he's able to execute angles. That was one of the best talk I've ever seen. There's the half, not quite as well done. He'll have a small angle deduction on it. Nice and clean on the layout. Tkachev. Just like little form separations, little tense here and there on the taps. Lost really close to being vertical on that handstand. And then the Rabalco. Oh my goodness, that was so close to a nice handstand. That was really well done. Dismounts, stretched half-half. Of course, he's got to stick it. Let's just take a look at another great routine from the weekend, 14-2-5 from Angel Leon. Mounts with a Yamawaki, which is pretty standard. I think that's what Brandon mounted with as well. Again, that was a little scary, but that was well done. Top. And then the half shoots over just a little bit. Beautiful layout to Tkachev. Just floats into that straddle one. Should be the half. Yep, straddle with a half. Little bit of form on that, but not too bad. Boom, finds the handstand every time. Winds up for the dismount and sticks it. So much good gymnastics out there now. So fun to see. Okay, the last thing we're going to take a look at is the all-around champion. Brandon Briones with that high bar routine was just a few tenths behind Shane Wiskus, who put up the highest score, 84.6 from Shane Wiskus, just barely ahead of the 84.45 from Briones. Here is Shane Wiskus on floor. Like I've mentioned before, really like Shane's gymnastics. I like his line. I like the way all his gymnastics looks. It's clean. He does it at a very high level. So double tuck with the half out. He's got a little bit chest down on the landing, so they're going to hit that probably 3/10. pretty good on that tuck double-double, maybe a 10th for not quite finishing it early enough. And another stuck landing on the bounding pass, really nice. Fights to stick, but probably lost the 10th on the arm wiggles. Presses up to the handstand. Pretty good on the Japanese handstand. Maybe could be a little bit wider. Takes a hop on the double full. Every coach's nightmare. And gymnasts. You don't want to see that. It's an easy pass. Gotta stick it. And just one hop on the triple full dismount. That was a really clean routine from the top all-around gymnast of the weekend. His high score this week came on parallel bars. We watched that one last week. We watched the P-bar routine from him, so decided to show you guys floor. Hope you guys liked the program today. It was an exciting week for NCAA men's gymnastics, and we will be back next week with another show, so stay tuned for that. If you guys stayed this long in the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified when I upload new content, and as always, follow your teams on Road to Nationals, Facebook, Instagram, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye! All of these routines you guys can watch on Road to Nationals. If you just go into the website, find the... So he got himself trapped in a closet. Yeah. See you guys next week.